Hey friends, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jen and like some of you, I pressed the button right when the Galaxy S24 Ultra launched on January 15th, 2024 and pre-ordered the stylish device in titanium grey. Since then, the S24 Ultra has been the device I use for my day-to-day. Here's the conclusion after 2 months of continuous use of the S24 Ultra with the good and the bad, and I can already tell you that the bad this time is tough. Anyone who has been following my channel for a while knows that in the past I have had serious problems with pre-ordered Samsung devices and had to return several devices in a row. Refreshingly, this wasn't the case with the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and I was able to enjoy the great features that the S24 Ultra brings with it right from the start. The super beautiful 6.8-inch dynamic LTPO AMOLED display, which is now completely flat and bright up to 2600 nits. The new Corning Gorilla Armor glass visibly reduces light reflections, and that is super comfortable in everyday use. The brand new blazingly fast Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, which makes everything on the device run smoothly, provides an impressive battery life of more than 2 days with a display on time of 3 to 4 hours per day. The smart AI functions are really impressive, but to be completely honest, I only really use Circle to Search a lot in everyday life. The S24 Ultra's camera is also just great. In terms of hardware, nothing has changed here compared to the S23 Ultra, but here too the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 has a significant influence on the image quality during post-processing. I often take video recordings with my S24 Ultra for my videos here on YouTube, and I don't think there's any difference in quality compared to the Sony compact camera that I usually use. Photos are also really good, and after the last update at the beginning of March, they have significantly more color depth. The zoom is of course also next level, and I am always surprised at how well the integrated AI edits the images at 5 times or 10 times zoom so that they still look razor sharp. The use of the S24 Ultra for social media has also improved significantly compared to the S23 Ultra, thanks to the partnership between Samsung and Instagram and co. As with the iPhone, starting with the S24 series, the device's own camera is used when using the Instagram or TikTok app. Previously, when taking photos and videos on Instagram, for example, screenshots of the recordings were used, which resulted in significantly lower quality of the posts compared to the posts from iPhone users. This is a really welcome development. Overall, the S24 Ultra is just fun to use because it is an Ultra device through and through. The workmanship is exclusively premium, and what I personally find to be an absolute blast is that I almost always use the S24 Ultra without a case and without a screen protector. I can literally feel some people are holding their breath now. Yes, I know the device is extremely expensive, but now please look, I don't have any scratches anywhere in the body, and especially not even on the display. After 2 months, I don't even have any micro scratches, and I just throw the phone in my bag along with my keys and other things that I have in my handbag. Reaching blindly in my bag is really life-threatening. I only have something like micro abrasions in the one spot on the frame, but that seems to have been a one-time thing because it doesn't get any deeper or bigger, and unless you hold your camera on it with 4K and lighting, you can't even see it. I find this really impressive. The frosted glass back, the titanium covered frame, and the display made of the new Corning Gorilla Glass combined were a really extremely good choice. This video is not supposed to be a promotional event for Samsung, and that's why I would like to talk openly with you about my criticism, which have come after 2 months of use. And it's less about tiny little features that might be missing or that Samsung could have been implemented better. I've noticed in the last 2 months 2 areas of development at Samsung that I don't particularly like. The first of these concerns are the topic of AI, regardless of the fun and useful features that the Galaxy S24 series brings with it. I have already praised the improved camera in detail, especially when it comes to the positive aspects. However, I noticed one point that was very negative and, in my opinion, has far-reaching consequences if you think about it. If I take a photo with a front camera in slightly less good light, this photo is automatically and brutally reworked by the AI without my intervention. And yes, in case anyone asks, I turned off all the preset beauty filter modes in the camera. Now you can say that the recording has become a lot nicer and more pleasing, but in my opinion, it's also a lot more fake and less authentic. My opinion may be less popular, but I would post a photo of myself that has been edited like that. And the problem is I can't turn it off or undo it to restore the original photo. It's simply overwritten, and you can even watch as I take the photo and go from a normal person with circles and wrinkles under my eyes to a beauty optimized AI gen. And now comes my point of criticism. With all the advantages that I see in AI overall, I don't like the fact that I don't have the choice whether I want to use the support of AI or not, and I don't think AI should be used that way. I think that only fuels people's fear that AI would eventually escape their control, because that is unfortunately exactly the case here, though it is a very harmless mini scenario. I hope that this will be fixed in a future update so that I will again have the choice whether I want to look the way I do in the photo or whether I want to be optimized. My second point of criticism is also a very general topic. As much as I celebrate the new beautifully flat display of the S24 Ultra, 6.7 inches of course also have the downside that the device itself is large and above all heavy. The 232 grams that the S24 Ultra brings with it are clearly noticeable after a few minutes in the hand or in your jacket pocket. What makes a smartphone particularly heavy is, on the one hand, the battery, which in the S24 Ultra is quite large at 5000 mAh, and then of course additional gimmicks like the S Pen. But let me put it this way. I was recently able to test the Honor Magic V2, a foldable that has a 7.9-inch display when unfolded, which is 1.2 inches more than the S24 Ultra. It also has a 6.4-inch outer display and a 5000 mAh battery. The Honor Magic V2 weighs 331 grams, exactly the same as the S24 Ultra, which only has one display. So this makes you wonder why the S24 Ultra wasn't manufactured better. And above all, how incredibly thin smartphones can now be built makes you wonder why other manufacturers continue to produce such bricks. Sure, the Honor uses different materials among other things, but that doesn't make the device any less high quality in terms of look and feel. Of course, glass, stainless steel and titanium are robust materials, but personally I would rather have other materials that can be built with the same high quality and are 30 or 40 grams lighter in my hand and in my pocket. In the last 2 years, everyone has said that smartphones can no longer optimize or change their hardware. That would be the end of the line. Friends, no. Honor and perhaps other manufacturers that I don't have on my radar at the moment show that a smartphone can look and feel completely different today. With the expensive iPhone and Samsung Super Ultra Plus Perfect smartphones, why don't we have a smartphone like the Honor Magic V2 that is just half as thin as an iPhone? That would be a really innovative step so that we no longer have to walk around with bricks like that. And obviously, that's possible. At least as far as Samsung is concerned, I hope that they address this issue with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 this year and go at least a little in this direction. Because they have proven, not least with the S24 Ultra, that they can do high-end with proven concepts. And now I want the next step, high-end with innovation, so that Samsung doesn't fall into the Apple trap and rest on its success for the next 6 years. I hope you enjoyed today's slightly different review of my impressions of Galaxy S24 Ultra after 2 months. If so, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Friends, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and see you next time. Mwah.